You can call me the megastar.
Is WWE getting it right with LA Knight? There's no one in pro wrestling right now that people are talking with these big reactions when he comes out in front of a crowd like LA Knight. Yeah. Every week when he comes out, the crowd gets unglued. Heck, even when Triple H was speaking at a press conference in Saudi Arabia, fans were chanting for LA Knight when he wasn't even on the card. And then he got a huge pap for simply just hitting a suplex in the Money in the Bank ladder match. A ladder match where many people wanted him to win. If you've been an LA Knight fan in 2023, it has been a little bit frustrating as well as it's been fun. And while on one hand, it's great to see him getting the acknowledgement he deserves, yes, more than one person can use that word in WWE, it hasn't instantly been translated into big success that fans may have been hoping for. Yes, need a little patience, as a Guns N' Roses song says. So what exactly is going on, and can LA Knight make his way to the top of WWE? Yes, is there another superstar you think we need to make videos about, like LA Knight coming up the ranks? Let us know in the comments below. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. So when is LA Knight gonna get what we want him to get in WWE? These aren't easy questions to answer. It's no secret that WWE has had a long history of maybe not hitting exactly when fans want them to hit with a superstar coming up the ranks. And that isn't necessarily been backed by the company, but it's just a general observation. Daniel Bryan is a great example, who wasn't even destined to be the guy, but was a constant fan favorite, getting huge reactions and stealing almost every big pay-per-view he was on. Protests from fans eventually led to WWE changing their plans and putting Bryan in the pinnacle of sports entertainment business, the main event of a WrestleMania, where he was standing tall with both the world title belts. And there are certainly many other examples to look at through the last decade and a half or so of superstars that got success in WWE despite maybe not being positioned to have as much success as they got, like Zack Ryder, Damien Sandow, Cesaro, Rusev, Dolph Ziggler, just to name a few. These are superstars who truly had no backing in the eyes of some from WWE's high brass, and weren't expected to reach the levels of popularity that they did. Zack Ryder had people chanting his name when the freaking Rock was in the ring. Cesaro got acknowledgement from John Cena. Damien Sandow had fans clamoring for him to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Rusev turned into a babyface simply by creating the Rusev Day chant, and Dolph Ziggler show-stopping one of the biggest post-WrestleMania Raw reactions when he cashed in with Money in the Bank. But yeah, wasn't he destined for great things with Money in the Bank? Sometimes these pushes don't go the way you want them, yet somehow all their pushes were squandered one way or another. We aren't going to group LA Knight into this category, nor are we putting them along the likes of a Bryan Danielson, simply because it's far too early to tell whether or not this is going to go in that direction. In the last year and a half, with the upheaval in WWE's creative process, with Vince McMahon taking more of a back seat to Chief Content Officer Triple H, plus WWE merging with Endeavor, there was bound to be some circumstantial shifts impacting superstars at all levels of the game, like LA Knight. And there's no actual evidence that Triple H is like the biggest proponent for LA Knight, but he only acknowledged it by saying, quote, "Good things come to those who wait," in a post-Money in the Bank press conference. So yeah, maybe once again, Guns N' Roses, we need a little patience. Speaking of Money in the Bank, we have to go back to the point of WWE not striking while the iron was hot. We can hear you people saying, yeah, but no, but what about this thing? Again, this is something that was a very long history of doing, so it isn't surprising in and of itself, and it never fails to be frustrating when it comes to superstars who deserve it more than the others. But yeah, LA Knight getting that briefcase and rocketing himself to the top of the card would be something else. Maybe he seems a little bit baffling, a bit unfair to all of you, saying Damian Priest doesn't deserve it as much as he does, but look at Damian Priest. Solid veteran, has that head-turning look, riding with the Judgment Day, and it creates a twist and creates a little bit more of a story than maybe simply the guy you want wins the thing. The second big instance of WWE not hitting while the iron was hot, we've already said that phrase too many times, was in August when he failed to become the #1 contender to Austin Theory for the United States Championship. It would have been a huge step up for him to become U.S. champion and hold the title for a while, but enough of the woulda, coulda, woulda. Real question is, how are they handling him right now? Yeah, you've watched this long? You've gotten your nerd rage out? Yeah. Clearer heads have prevailed? Yeah. They can both talk up that storm. They have undeniable charisma. The back and forth on the mic between them in the lead up to their payback match was probably better than the match itself. Yes, they had some of the most underrated moments on the microphone this year in WWE. Miz lit a fire under the Yeah Man. Miz doing cosplay as Mr. Knight, mocking his catchphrases, making the obvious comparisons between Knight's character and all-time greats like Stone Cold Steve Austin and others, that hit a note on Monday Night Raw. Miz used this opportunity to disregard Knight's love within the fandom, and he got the fans to be even more behind LA Knight. Good job on the Miz. That's why he's a future Hall of Famer. I'm telling you this. Yeah, some of us can argue about that. Maybe that's a whole other video. The Miz made the comment about LA Knight simply being a flavor of the month, something that Miz has been called quite a bit in his 17 years in WWE. But that's where he's wrong, because LA Knight isn't just a flavor of the month. He has been fighting to get to this level of pro wrestling stardom for his entire career, which goes well beyond 17 years. So laying all that out against The Miz gives the fans even more investment, emotional investment in their guy that they're already cheering, going against the guy they already want to boo. It's not that complicated. Two top-level guys on the microphone working them into the match, and oh yeah, let's add John Cena as the special guest referee at Payback. But John Cena didn't steal the spotlight. This was LA Knight's night. The match may not have been a Meltzer 5-star classic, but that was never the point. Fans were reassured with Cena holding up Knight's hand in victory. Fans who followed him from his years as Eli Drake in Impact Wrestling know the potential he holds as a superstar or megastar. Whether that materializes in becoming a world champion is yet to be seen, and however, there are a couple things working against him with that whole world champion scene right now in WWE. Yeah, some are saying, oh, is he even ready for Roman Reigns? But do you need to work with Roman Reigns to be a big star in WWE? It's kind of a fallacy, and Knight being as successful as he is kind of proves that. The merchandise sales, the magic he has stirred up. I was at WrestleMania weekend. I heard the crowd going, yeah. Hell, I was at AEW All Out, and I heard the crowd going, yeah, before the matches even started. LA Knight is over like Rover. He is one of the hottest rising superstars in wrestling, and the rise isn't slowing down anytime soon, and WWE knows it. Still, plans can always change. It's important to remember that whatever we mentioned in the last few minutes is all subject to change and is based on speculation, rumors, and different things we can put together. Where do you see it going? We'd love to hear your take on that in the comments below. The objective truth, however, is that it's a tough road ahead for LA Knight. We're in the midst of a big boom in wrestling, where WWE is hotter than it's been in years, and the roster is the strongest we've seen in quite some time, so competition within those ranks could continue to shake this up. It's simply a nature of the pro wrestling business, especially at WWE's monolithic level. Everyone wants to get to the top, but only a few can ever make it, which is why the top spots are limited. But as a wise man once said, the cream will always rise to the top. Oh yeah. The cream will always find a way to rise. Yes. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Sportskeeda Wrestling. Also, check out some of our other cool videos and deep dives like this one.